I'll tell you in one moment. Yeah, or me, not you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here, publicly buzzed live on a Friday night. We're going old school. Feral Friday. We're here on YouTube. I got Bob Motta back here. We're about to be coming at you. We're going to be talking about a lot of different cases, just really shooting the shit. Give it a share. If you're on X, please give it a like. All that helps us out. Let some folks know. Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock.
Yo, everybody, get the hell in here. Thank you all so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got Bob Motta back here. I'm about to bring him in here in one moment. Everybody in the chat, thank you all so much for coming through. Botrix made it through, which is sweet. Like I said there in the opening, if you guys wouldn't mind to give it a share, that does help us out here, and that would be awesome. On the old X machine, whatever social you're on, give it a like as well. But yeah, this is an old school one. I haven't done this in a while, and I'm going to say this right now. Normally on a Feral Friday, we go over to Kick. We'll do whatever. Who knows? Tonight, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. I'm just going to let it play out. If we end up on Kick, we end up on Kick. But we're definitely going to be here on YouTube for a little bit. Thank you for being here. And without further ado, Bob Motta. What's up, dude?
What is up?
Hey, man.
What is up? It's been too long, man.
Dude, it's been way too long.
I know. I had people hitting me up or like, you ever going to go hang with Steve again? I'm like, of course. All he has to do is ask.
Dude, that's the truth. This is the first time I've asked in probably, a month and a half? That's in December. You and Chris had a show with me.
Yeah. I mean, I like to, if I'm up, because you get up pretty early for the church, man.
The church, I do, on Sunday.
Like usually if I'm dipping in on the church, I'm still in bed. So, because you're up and at 'em, you're
I'm trying to, that was my original thought with Murder Church on Sunday. I was like, man, I've got to find one other angle, right? I've got the couple of shows during the week. It's hard to find a good time. I work during the day and I got a couple hours at night, but really, if you really want to do this fucking thing, you truly need to be fucking streaming all day long, right? You need to be streaming multiple times a day. Like you're killing it right now. But dude, I was like, I got to find one more little area Sunday morning. And then the Murder Church gimmick worked out, dude. So
that's great.
Dude,
that's great.
It works out perfect. And we're still on Phil fucking Spector.
What?
Dude.
Are you fucking serious?
So on Court TV, there's 233 videos. We're on 140.
Oh my God.
Dude. Most of 2025 will be Phil Spector. Like, dude, it's really interesting. Some days are boring, but dude, when it gets spicy, it's really good, dude. Like, I do still enjoy it. And now we're so deep, there's no way you can't turn back.
Dude, you're in for the long haul, bro. That's like waiting in line for a fucking roller coaster, and you're in line for like 2.5 hours, and you're like, God damn it, I can't take this anymore. And then dipping, you don't do that.
You can't do that. No. You're already in here. That's right.
Through, get to the end, and it's a great trial. It's a great trial. And you got lots. What's up, Lisa?
Dude, Lisa's coming through here.
By the way, I got your DM. I'm gonna hit you up. I meant to do it already, but I was like fucking knee deep in it this week. So.
Dude, Lisa's awesome as fuck. So,
she's awesome.
So Bob, it's been a long time ago, actually. We've been hanging out for like 2 years now. So once upon a time when we first started talking, I'm a big movie guy. Like I love movies. I know you're a movie guy, but I also like weird movies. So one of the first messages I sent you, I was like, man, have you ever seen The Toxic Avenger? And your response was no. Oh, you have seen The Toxic Avenger?
Not a sense, yes.
Okay, so all right, so I played. Okay, so you've seen The Toxic Avenger. Did it blow your mind?
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Okay, so either 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had Lisa on here, dude, Miss Shorty, and I told her to pick 2 movies. I was like, dude, pick 2 movies. I'm gonna pick 2 movies, and we're gonna have before we go to Kick, we're gonna be here on YouTube. We're gonna do a vote off in the chat, see what they want to watch. So I was hyping the fuck out of Toxie, right? I was like, this is gonna be a crazy movie. It's gonna blow your mind. It's insane. Dude, Toxie won, and it was It is currently the highest viewed Kick episode.
Really?
And yeah, dude, people loved it. And that night, so normally when we do a Kick party, you know, it's usually about 30 to 50 people, but they do start dropping off because we go kind of late.
Yep.
That one didn't drop at all. They stayed the entire film. Yeah, that movie.
Dude, it's a cult classic.
It is, yeah.
I mean? Like, I realized it right away because like I had like one of my favorite cult classics was Repo Man. Like that was like a fucking like an old classic movie that was
looking
like,
that one up
really,
right now, dude. Yes, I've seen Repo Man. Yeah,
dude. It's like you watch it and it's literally about like a repo man, a guy who's repossessing cars. Dude, the life of a repo man is always intense.
The 80s, and again, guys, we're going to be all over the place tonight, but the 80s for movies is so fucking good, dude. Like, I love the 70s. I can even, I love old movies, but the 80s particularly, whether it's action or you go into the horror or, action comedy, any of those, dude, they always feel a little bit more real.
Yeah.
This is something that I noticed over time as we got more into really the 2000s, really even after 2010. If you're going to make a movie like Repo Man today, it's not going to work because the actor they're going to pick and the actors they're going to pick for the film are going to be like models.
Right.
They're not going to fit the scene, right?
Right.
Back in the day, they used to get ugly motherfuckers to play ugly motherfuckers.
Right.
Like what are we doing, dude? Like, I want my fucking Repo Man to look like he got up, he drank a beer, and he's ready to go to work. Like,
right. Like, dude, you're not going to see the Steve Buscemi's of the world anymore.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Steve Buscemi's he's one of my favorites,
man. Ugly as fuck and one of the greatest actors of all time.
He's fucking great, man.
Dude,
fucking
absolutely.
Never fucked with those teeth. He always had the teeth, and he's like, you probably could have gotten braces or Invisalign. He's like, fuck it.
And I think he was a real motherfucker too. Before he got into acting, he was working
a firefighter.
Yep, that's where I was going to go because he came back to do the 9/11 thing.
Yep.
Which is incredible. Like,
yeah. Instant
respect. You're my favorite actor, but then I hear that makes you a whole nother notch.
Yeah. Well, there was that game called 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. I don't know if you remember that, where you could kind of like, you basically could name, like the goal was to name any movie within 6 steps that you could make a connection to Kevin Bacon. So like you'd have to have like an actor that was in one movie that was then in another movie with a person that was in a movie with Kevin Bacon. So you'd make like that connection all the way back. And I was like, I switched it up to 6 Degrees of Steve Buscemi.
Oh, dude.
It's the same.
That would work the same, I would imagine. Dude, he's in everything. Yeah. Well, I was about to say, you just blew my mind because Hollywood, it's a low budget version of Hollywood, but they did just remake The Toxic Avenger, which is going to be released. It should be this year. And Kevin Bacon's in the fucking new Hollywood version.
Really?
What the hell, dude?
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
You can't get away from that shit.
You can't get away from him.
So I'm going to try to keep up with this here tonight, folks. Real quick, Jersey Jen coming through with $2. Give some love, folks. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Jim. Let me give you a little love. Hold on. So the wheel is going to be open. I've got the wheel wide open. Earlier, dude, I saw that. You did a wheel today. Okay, I do want to suggest one thing. I saw you guys were trying to figure out, because that one person gave multiple donations.
Right.
Dude, my rule over here is, there's no limit. Like, if you give a donation, you're on there 3, 4. If you give 12 donations, you're the fucking person. Like,
that's fair. I think it's fair. If you're going to pay for the extra, it's like,
it's your, they're paying hard-earned money.
You buy like 500 lottery tickets and you hit, you should fucking win. You shouldn't be penalized just because you decided to play more.
Yeah, right? I think so. I think that's the move. I
agree. Allison, she's a real stickler.
Dude, Allie, I did that drone show with her, and she was fucking awesome, dude. She first of all, Allie knows what's happening in the world. She knows that everything's fucked. You probably already know that.
I live with her. Yeah, I'm pretty aware.
Miss Shorty coming through here. 5 memberships. Let's see if I can name all these names. Greenie, fucking Greenie's the best. Kelly Bobelli, Laura H, P Fox coming through here, and Dragonfly True Crime. Welcome in, guys.
Love it. Good job, Lee.
Hell yeah. And then we're not even done. Pammy, $4.99. Okay, I'm in. Boom. Welcome in.
Pammy came in late today.
Hell yeah, guys. Holly Berry wants wheeled up, and I'm, you know what, Holly, I got you. Own sound effect. Boom. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be all over the place. Me and Bob are covering lots of different cases, lots of different trials. I'm going to try to get these on the wheel real quick. But dude, Bob, out the gate. Yesterday we were talking about this a little bit backstage, but the Bryan Kohberger stuff. It's pretty interesting, dude.
It's super interesting, man. It's yeah, I don't think he's going to win any of the motions, but like the arguments are interesting.
Dude, I had a really good time. Good time, maybe not the right way to say it, but I even put this on Twitter, dude. And this was the one that really got me into this entire sphere, was Bryan Kohberger and that 04 stuff. But watching the back and forth between Hippler and the defense and even the prosecution, man, it was so intriguing to kind of hear the arguments laid out. And then people are hating on, there's a lot of opinions about Hippler in general, Judge Hippler, but dude, I kind of dig him, man. Like
Yeah, no, I disagree. He's a good judge. He's not Gull. Anybody who thinks that guy's Gull was not paying attention. I mean, the disadvantage for people that think that he's anything like Gull, it's because Gull didn't have anything streamed. And like, I mean, the fact that there were no motion hearings other than the 3 days, like in 2 years in that case, is all you need to know. I mean, they have hearings in Kohberger. You know, when Ann Taylor files a motion, they have a hearing. That didn't happen. And even with Judge, and Hippler reminds me of an appellate court judge. I was saying that to Ali yesterday, because that kind of like interruption in the middle of a sentence and like kind of a back and forth.
I like that.
Yeah, well, that's, if you were to watch appellate, like any kind of appellate arguments, that's exactly how it goes. Like the attorney will be, in the middle of saying something, and then the justices start flying questions at her, whoever the attorney is. So it's like, I love that.
I did too, man. Yeah,
because it's like that's how you want.
A lot of people took that as rude, that he's kind of cutting her off, but he did that to the state as well.
Yeah, he does it to both sides.
Yeah.
It's like an appellate judge, and frankly, it lets you know that the judge is paying attention. So dude, don't worry about his fucking hand on his face.
Exactly.
Listen to the goddamn questions he's
asking. And I will say that at first I kind of had the same impression. I'm like, this guy don't give a fuck. But dude, he proves that he gives a fuck by his verbiage and the way he interacts with the people.
And beyond that, Steve,
he's relaxed.
He's relaxed. He's smart. And even though this hasn't been his case, he's gotten himself up to speed with the background on the case. Like he was firing on factual stuff.
He's trying to figure this thing out also.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, when you get a new judge on a case kind of midstream, it can really throw you off as a lawyer, because you need those judges to have an understanding of previous rulings. You know what I'm saying? It's like a judge coming in blind on a case where there's been important rulings previously that future rulings are dependent on. You need to know that judge has done their homework, gone back, read the pleadings, read the arguments in terms of the transcripts, and that they're knowledgeable about what happened in the past, because it's not like you're at the whatever point you're at and you're just moving forward. You have to look back at what preceded it, because it matters in criminal cases. It's like decisions that were made, rulings that were made are going to affect what you can do moving forward, and what the defense can get in, or what the state is limited to, or what they can get in. So like, I think he's a good judge. That's my impression of him. I don't think
and completely different from Judge, right? Like, completely. Like Judge was really kind of laid back. You know what? That's not the right word, because Hippler is fucking laid back. Like, they're completely different demeanors, though. The kind of way they listen to the arguments in general. But I like Hippler, dude. But yeah, the hate is really coming out heavily from the people that kind of can't see it objectively, right? Like, they're a little bit too far on one side. Like,
well, that's how it always is. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like, it's like people always, when they're entrenched, and you can't get entrenched on either side until trial. You know what I mean? What's up, girl?
And I can't say that I'm not guilty of that. Absolutely. Like, dude, I try to play this as normal and real as possible, as if I was almost even a juror. And dude, in my real time, dude, I'm flip-flopping. Like, if some new information comes, I'm like, shit,
you're supposed to. You're
right?
supposed to flip-flops.
Dude, absolutely, dude. Thank you.
That's exactly what you're supposed to be, and that tells you that you haven't reached a final decision.
Dude.
If you're open-minded enough to hear new information, you're like, oh well, shit. That's entirely the point.
Dude, that's such a refreshing thing to hear. Because I think a little too much people are just. It's this teams thing too. I fucking talk about it endlessly, but everyone gets stuck on their little thing. And dude, you're a defense attorney. You are a defense attorney. And you can still look at it more objectively than anybody else. Like you can still go in and you can call it like you see them. If you think this person maybe did it, you'll say, fuck, I don't know, maybe he did. You know what I mean? You're not his fucking lawyer. Like no, you can give your opinion. I'm
not trying the case. I could say, well, like, and obviously there's never a world in which I think that every defendant's innocent. That's fucking insane. It's like out of the trials I've covered, I think that the only two that I've come down on not guilty, like where I felt it, were not whodunits. Like they weren't like Tellez. I thought that fucking guy absolutely did that. But like it's always the case where you have the self-defense, where it's not a matter of did the person kill the other person. It's a matter of was it justified or not. And that's like, those are my favorite types of cases, frankly, to stream, because that's where you're going to get the most interesting dialogues, because usually in cases, the vast majority of cases where it's a whodunit and they've gotten somebody under arrest, they're typically going to have the evidence to move forward. They typically get those right. That's not to say that they always do, which is kind of where, wrongful conviction work comes in. They don't always get it right, but most of the time they do. So like most of the trials that we cover that, catch the attention of Court TV or any of the streamers that are going to put a camera on there and stream it are cases wherein they've typically got the right guy, but it's like those cases where it's not a whodunit. It's not a question of if they did it or if they didn't, but it's a question of, again, was it justified or wasn't it? Was their state of mind reasonable for them to have acted in such a way that it ended up having to kill the other person? Was that justified? So, and to me, those are just really, really interesting cases.
Yeah.
Because, like people are going to be all over I thought Benefield was a really interesting case, man.
That was one I was in and out of. I've seen people, think that they, maybe shouldn't have convicted her, but I don't know the in and outs of that one completely.
I mean, it was like a young chick, older dude, she's a fucking stone cold fox. He's like, a dude in his like late 40s and, they have a kid.
Well, that's right. That was the shooting and he was coming at her. That's right. I do remember that. That's right.
And it was like the whole thing, but like you got into that relationship. He was and in my mind, you get a 48, 50-year-old guy who gets a 20 something on his arm and marries her. He's going to be a jealous fuck. He just is, it's like she's in her 20s. She's going to be, and she's really attractive. So she's going to be surrounded by young men who are going to be more like attractive to her than her husband, so he's naturally going to be jealous. And I think that was like a big part of that relationship. And, just kind of the abuse and the cycle of abuse that went on. And it's funny because you get those cases where, you have women that use kind of that domestic violence statute as a sword and as opposed to a shield, which some women do, like in like divorce situations. Like I used to see it a lot where it was used as a maneuver to get the kids out of, away from the husband and a lot of times to get the husband out of the house. So, and that, like those few bad apples spoil the bunch because that statute's so important because women have been just mistreated forever.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's such an important statute and it should never be the default to not believe when a woman's saying that they're being abused by some fucking dude. That should never be the default. And it seems like a lot of people kind of lean towards that right away to want to believe that, the woman's full of shit. I'm like, nah, I doubt it. I don't doubt it. I think that the woman's not full of shit. I think that the guy's probably an abusive prick. And it's, even if it's not physical, like the financial abuse is unbelievable.
Oh,
like
dude, yeah.
Control and dominion with financial abuse.
And even if it's not physical, yeah, like you said, like you can control a person's fucking existence and what they're doing day to day by intimidation with finances or the threat of possible violence. Like, yeah, dude, dudes can be pretty fucking evil. Like, absolutely. one to just move on just a little bit. Have you looked in, or I've done a couple of streams on it, but the Courtney Clenney stuff?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
It's an interesting one, man.
She's the influencer, right?
Yeah, she's the OnlyFans girl that so, and the next thing that I'm going to do, and I've been teasing it for a long time, but I'm kind of wanting to get closer to when we can actually get a date for a trial, which hasn't happened yet, but because they're having motion hearings as well. But what's interesting about it is, so I've watched a lot of the body cam footage. There's been multiple instances where they had, domestic disturbances up until the incident, and basically it boils down to and I don't remember the actual vein, but there's a vein in your like shoulder area here that she threw a knife in, dude, and hit this artery essentially. And if that gets hit and you don't get immediate medical attention, you're fucking done. Out. Like, you're done. So that's what happened. And she's saying essentially that she threw the knife across the room, right? Yeah. And they're trying to say she fucking lunged it into him. So that's kind of where we're at right now with,
Well, what was the depth of the wound? Do we know?
3.5 inches into him. And one of the most interesting things that I'm going to show next. So in one of the motion hearings, they actually hired some dudes to throw knives at a pig carcass from different distances to see, what depth they can get that blade into. And now that's the next Courtney Clenney thing that we're going to be doing, kind of going into that. So, dude, it's interesting. It's actually kind of.
I mean, look, if I'm skilled enough to whip a knife at somebody and it fucking buries into their chest.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dying, I don't see the difference.
That's a good point too. Yeah. Because, essentially, she does say that he was coming at her, right? So she freaks out, I guess. And, dude, if you watch some of these videos, honestly, she seems like the aggressor in these videos. But, at the same time, she's saying he's coming at her, and she freaks out. But I will also say this, like, even in the interrogation, so the interrogation is very important, and I think it is extremely interesting because the entire time she's they don't know if he's dead yet, right? He's been taken to the hospital. She's asking the entire time, is he alive? Is he dead? They're not really giving that information yet. So she's kind of unwinding, giving the story down. But when they actually break that news that he has died, she has a breakdown. She's emotional. She kind of starts changing her story a little bit. She starts asking questions. She starts in real time, like, kind of realizing, like, wait, maybe what I did was murder here, right? Like, and she's smart, dude. Like, that's a very interesting interrogation because it's all happening so fast. But
well, when you make that realization when you're in the room, when they come in and be like, oh yeah, you just died. You died on the table, and it turns into a homicide. You're immediately going to change. Your demeanor is going to change. Because however she reacted, like the question is why is she reacting that way? Is she now realizing that she's in deep shit, or thinking like, okay, like this is going to be bad, but I don't like when she's sitting there not knowing if he's dead, like, is this just going to be like some kind of like battery case, which will be bad. Yeah, but it ain't murder.
That's exactly what she's thinking at that moment. She's like, oh, cool, he's still alive. Good,
right?
Good.
And when it turns into murder, it's a whole different thing.
And then there's some body cam footage, like the body cam footage of them coming to the residence when he has been stabbed after she's made the 911 call and he is actively bleeding out. They kind of take her to a location, and dude, it's a long time before they get him out of there. Like it's not quick, and she's freaking out the entire time trying to figure out what's going on, but. Well, it's heavy.
Let me ask you this, man. Like historically, so you said there's been a bunch of domestic calls that have come in on it.
Yeah, previously there was another one from Vegas. I think maybe even a year previous to where.
Who's calling, him or her?
I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to say him because at the end of this, they arrest her, essentially.
Well, what do you mean? At the end of
At the end of they separate both of them. They kind of do like a little mini and just kind of figure out what the facts are. And at the end of it, they do not arrest him. They arrest her. And while they're telling him that they are arresting her, he's like, "Oh shit, fuck! Like I don't want this to happen." But it's already done. Like she's already going to be arrested. So
I mean, that's not unusual. Because I consider there's a lot of relationships out there.
Well, hold on. Actually,
combat.
I forgot one point. I think it comes. I'm just guessing here that he called because at the end of it, there's like this, hotel manager or something that's kind of dealing with the police, and he is basically referencing somebody has to go to jail. Like, and the cop that's dealing with it before the actual police get there is like a hotel cop, right? Like the guy, you know what I mean? So he's kind of dealing with the and when he's just explaining it to the dude that actually got murdered by Courtney, he's basically saying, somebody's got to go to jail here. Like, there's no option. So
yeah, it sounds like, because those domestics are tough. If you've got a situation where both parties are kind of wailing on each other, which happens, and you get in heated arguments. I saw it a lot of times in domestics where both of them were throwing hammers, and if you have one that's showing an injury, the other one who caused the injury is the one that's going to get arrested. It's all about the marks.
And from watching this and kind of getting a little bit deeper, they shouldn't have been together, right? Like they should have been separated way earlier because there's endless. Dude, the day that this happens, there's TikTok footage of them hanging out and playing with their dog and everything's normal. There's footage of him that morning, the morning that he dies, posting videos and hanging out and but the day before that morning they're posting videos, they had another domestic issue. Like it's just boom, boom, boom. They're up and down. They're all over the place. So
yeah, and look, man, I mean,
getting to the point of throwing a blade,
but I mean, dude, like that just tells you that they had explosive arguments all the time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't give a shit if they have videos where they're normal. I mean, no one's arguing 24/7.
Oh yeah.
They obviously had it. Like all it takes is like him checking out another chick or her.
Dude, that's the problem. That's actually, dude, she's
right. Yeah. I don't know shit about.
And it's actually always like that's always the issue. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's always gonna be the shit. So it's like, yeah, that sounds like it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't see how she's going to work a way around it. Cause like, to me, like I said, whether or not she whipped a knife at him, and I'm assuming it was like a chef's knife, right? It was
like a kitchen knife.
Yeah. Like a chef's knife, like what you cut veggies with. Like that's what
I think it was literally that. Yeah.
Yeah. Chef's knife. So they, you throw that at somebody from 8 feet away. Is there a high likelihood that you're going to cause great bodily harm or death? Yeah. So
dude.
It's the same fucking thing. It is plunging it in. Like, to me.
That's where I'm at too, actually, with it.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's a novel argument by the defense to try to argue.
Yeah, they're giving the argument that she was in fear of her life. He's coming at her. I freaked out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And just whipped it at him.
Yeah. That's their entire argument, but it is interesting, dude. And again, the next thing,
it's exactly the kind of case I was talking about. I like,
dude. Yes, and it's kind of just amping up to they're still having motion hearings, and it's just they haven't actually got a trial date, but it seems like I would imagine it's going to be soon. This happened 2 years ago now, so but there's also a lot of little stuff happening within the trial. But
of course, there always is,
dude. Yeah, it's interesting, but
yeah, I'll check that out for sure.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be a good one. Real quick, let me the people have been going nuts in this chat. Let me just catch up because I know we've already got a wheel. Holy shit. Hold on. Let me just, the last thing I did was Pammy? No, Holly Berry. So here we go. Who's your girl? $4.99. Love the sound effects. Dude, I have a lot of sound effects, actually. Dude, Bob, I got a new one. Hold on. Ready for this one?
Yeah. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Dude, that's a good crack, man.
Man, I want to crack my neck like that.
Dude,
I've been trying for like 2 months to crack my neck, man. It's like I've got this thing going.
Dude, do you see a chiropractor?
No, I'm like.
Does that freak you out?
Chiropractors are like Carmex, or Carmex, like the shit you put on your lips, like you get addicted to it, like you use, or Afrin, like any of those things that you use, and once you start using it, you need it because it becomes necessary.
That makes complete sense, dude.
It's the same thing with chiros, man. So, as soon as you start doing the chiro, like you got to go get adjustments all the time. You're on it. So I've
heard people they hate them or like them, dude. I had so I used to always just pop I don't do it at all now. I used to always just pop my freaking neck, dude. And it's been exactly 1 year. You probably even remember this. I was probably bitching about it on stream, dude. I did it and like
Yeah, I remember.
Dude, I couldn't even turn my head. Do you remember that?
Yeah, has that been a year?
That's been 1 year. I think it was last February. So
shit.
So, dude, I know time is insane.
That's
so
insane.
When that happened, man, like
that.
I've stopped popping my neck and shit. All I do now is stretches, dude. I do little stretches. I have a neck stretch actually. I don't know if you've seen this one. You put your hands right here. You put your neck out, like you stay straight.
Yeah.
Put your neck out and you kind of bring your ear into your shoulders.
That's a good
stretch for your neck. But dude, stretches way better than popping.
Way better. Like just in general, stretching's excellent.
Dude, freaks me the fuck out. Oh, fuck, Joey coming through here with a gifted membership. I think I missed this one. I was trying to keep these up as we were going. So hold on. Pammy, Holly, Hoosier Girl. Okay, hold on. Make sure I don't mess these up. All right, Joey, get you in here for a subscription. And then we got, how do you say this? Shabookies?
Shoobies.
Shuboogies. I'm adding too many fucking sounds into that.
Spoogies. Spoogie. Have you Spoogie's is a longtime fam over at our spot. We love Spoogies.
I have seen that name before, but yeah, I'd love to see you in here.
She's glorious, man. Greenie. We got,
No, Greenie. So Greenie knows David Lynch in real life. I'm a giant David Lynch fan. Like,
yeah, rest in peace, right?
Bro, like, dude, last Friday we watched a fucking David Lynch movie. Like, she blew my mind with that, man. Yeah, when he passed, she posted some intimate pictures with him, man.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like they're hanging out. I was like, whoa.
Greenie.
Yeah, like her friend married David Lynch.
Oh no shit.
So hold on, let me get this right here. You guys went crazy and fucked me up here. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we do have a wheel. So here's the cutoff. New wheel. Okay, here we go. And I got Kaylin starting the new wheel. I think that is correct. All right, I'm still going through here, though. Shapoogies, get the hell in here. New member.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Spoogies.
Dude, I'm not even done. Kelly with a $5. Both your takes. Holy shit. So, Shaboogies. So after Shaboogies. Oh, no, I did get Kelly. Hell yeah. Okay, Kelly I think she finished the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, Kelly, you just finished that wheel. Starting a new wheel, Kaylin, $1.99. You forgot my anniversary message, Steve. Hey, Bob. Son of a bitch. Kaylin coming for me in the chat here. Jersey Jen coming through. Can someone please tell Publicly Buzz how dope the beard is? Oh, I will. Oh, thank you very much, Jen. I appreciate that. Now I have to admit, I'm starting to get annoyed by it. I'm thinking about cutting it now.
It's fucking long, bro.
Dude, it's gotten crazy.
I think it's pretty glorious. So.
It's crazy. So like,
it's pretty glorious.
You've known me long enough to know that like I just keep going. Like I'll grow it and then cut it, grow it.
I know.
But
I always notice when you groom it too.
So here's the thing though. So if I do cut it, I do that myself, dude, and it's very stressful. I'm sure. I don't know. Do you do your own beard?
Yeah, of course,
bro. You're good at it.
What do you think, Allison's sitting around trimming my shit? You
dude,
fucking kidding me?
Do you know why I trim it and then grow it and then trim it like a year later? Because I fuck it up, dude. If I fuck it up, I'm gonna have like these weird gaps and then it's just there, or I have to get rid of it. I haven't been clean shaven since 2005.
Yeah, same. It's been a long run with the beard. I'm like,
I worry.
Yeah, like the hardest part is like kind of like this area where I can't see, like where I'm trying, because I get these points like here.
Yeah.
Like so, and that's. Can't really see it because I shave in the shower. I'm a shower shaving guy.
Oh,
so because I shave like here, and then the fucking like the little whatever you call this area.
Yeah, I don't know what that area is either.
Well, I got the little soul patch. That's what they call
it.
My hair. But I clear this out every day, and then the neck. Because I'm not a neck beard guy. Dude.
Yeah.
It's too itchy.
My biggest thing is the chin. Like I'm literally going to take a razor. And I'm going to go straight back, and then I'm going to try to form it to where it's not weird. Like I usually, dude, I'm talking too much about it. I'm even knocking on wood right now. Like I can usually do it, dude, but it's so like the danger levels is so minuscule. Like
Yeah.
Like if you cut just like a little bit too much, you got to now do this side a little too much.
Right. You got to even it out.
So like you're going to get, dude. So,
dude, fellow beardman. I get it. It is. It is. I use a 3, like when I'm trimming. So like, and sometimes if I press too hard, like I'll get like a little bald spot on the side, and I'm like real like self-conscious about it. I'm trying to do like a comb over with it. I'm like, wait, man.
I've had like a little patch or something, like because you'll see like long hairs, and you're trying to get it.
A Sharpie, trying to color it in.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, Jen, I'm getting tired of it. Like it's I love it, it's fine or whatever, but I don't know. It gets a little too big. Like.
I mean, you're essentially ZZ Top.
At this point, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, I have a mask. Like, it's fucking crazy, dude. Like, it takes like a full year to do this.
Motherfucker, you can't even keep the whole thing on screen. You know what I mean? You gotta lean back.
I gotta come back into space.
Yeah, exactly. You know your shit's long when you gotta fucking like lean back to get the whole thing in frame.
Oh, God. We're not even done. Low light recovery. Are your guests required to catch a buzz? I bet he has one.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bob knows what's up, guys. Wink over there.
Yeah. Like, gummies are my friends.
And then, I've never seen this name before. Welcome the fuck in here. Hong's $1,000 shoes new member. Wow. Let's go. Good name. And, I've never wrote Hongs in my phone, so it auto-corrected to honestly.
Oh, see? That's nice. I don't even get the name.
I truly don't either. Well, he has a sneaker in his shoe, though. Or in his picture. He has a shoe in his picture, though.
I'm trying to
And they got H's on them, dude. I bet this guy sells shoes. Hong's $1,000 shoes. But also, that's a lot for a fucking shoe, dude. I'm a $70 shoe guy. I'm a Puma $70 man.
I mean, you can't lose with Pumas, though.
Dude. I'm a cheap shoe man. Dan's an expensive shoe man. Dan goes crazy Nike.
Pumas are solid, man.
Pumas are really.
I like Pumas for about a decade. I like Adidas.
Adidas are good. Adidas was my go-to before Pumas.
Yeah.
And I think Pumas are just a little bit more cost effective, but
I slide in between Vans, Pumas, and Adidas.
Like Vans are right in there too. It's like the same like low cut, low top vibe. Yeah.
Right.
Like it's almost like a skateboard shoe.
Sole. Yeah. It's exactly like a skater shoe.
Like I don't skate or anything, but that feels the most comfortable to me for whatever reason.
Man. Like they're good for concerts, It's like
oh dude, yeah.
Like for me, because I like to get down. So, and I like to feel my feet as close to the ground as possible. Because like, if you get that heavy arch, because like a lot of my friends were like, "Oh no, man, you got to get New Balance. New Balance are the best for like shows."
Interesting. I've never heard this debate.
I'm like, those motherfuckers are some dad shoes, dude. I'm not about to sport those. I'm sorry, man. I just can't do it. I mean, they're great for.
Maybe they'll give you like a little bit more balance. There seems
they're just very, very comfortable. Like if you're going in for like a festival. Like if you're doing a 3-day festival and you're on your feet for like 8-10 hours in the day, they say that New Balance are probably like the best for concerts for long long-term standing type situation. If you're going for like a 2-3 hour show, it doesn't fucking matter. But
dude, I haven't been to a concert since 2019.
That makes me want to fucking like climb through the fucking camera.
Dude, I know, dude.
You need live. You have to have live music.
I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and watched a band called Sleep, which is dope. Like stoner rock, like bro. And I had a really good time. And COVID fucked it up, and it's like I've never gotten back into the rhythm.
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you,
dude?
I'm trying to understand it.
Wrestling too. I haven't been to a wrestling show since 2021.
It seems like you're in the basement too much, motherfucker.
I think I may be. Yeah, dude. I'm endlessly just. Actually, you know what I'm doing? I'm endlessly just.
Sitting in front of your fucking
I'm writing scripts. I'm doing shit. Yeah, dude. That's actually
you gotta get out and see some live music. Go fucking see some live wrestling, man. You got to get out.
Yeah. Shit. Well,
like you're gonna turn into Jay.
he's afraid to go out.
I mean, like
I'm not afraid to go out.
Drag him out to like it's like Shannon's birthday. They go to a fucking show. Otherwise, he's like fuck that.
Yeah.
You get him some Mets tickets, he'll fucking go. Now that they signed fucking Soto. Like he's like, he's got to be besides himself.
I bet so, man. But I bet he's still going out, even on a fancy thing with shorts. I'd imagine he's still in shorts.
Of course.
Basketball shorts, even.
Of course. Well, I mean, what's more comfortable than basketball shorts?
That's true. That's a good point.
Except for maybe like some good sweats. Some good
Dude,
sweats.
And that's what I'm rocking right now. Some good ass sweats.
Oh, me too. All day. I've been like, I don't know that I've been out of sweats all week.
Dude, and I'm sure being in fucking Chicago,
cold
as fuck. Dude, what do you got right now? What do you got right now?
Negative.
Negative.
Oh yeah, man. It was fucking cold.
Dude, we had a -2 the other morning, and it was not cool. It was sucked.
Actually, I take it back. Our low was -2, and we're a balmy 18 right now.
Or what's your feels like?
Let me see. Feels like 7.
Dude. So I've got a 22 and it feels like 12. So yeah, you're below, dude.
Tomorrow's getting up to like a legitimate balmy 36. That means that I'm taking the guy out for a walk. My dog's going fucking insane.
I would say, dude.
But it's been too cold. I keep trying to tell him, I'm like, dude. I'm like, dude, I love you. Like, I can't, like, because he's half Siberian. So he
wants it.
He wants it. But because sometimes old dude don't tell anybody this is a fucking secret. Like sometimes I'll just because like I've walked him all over our subdivision 10 million times. He's that dog that pisses on every fucking tree. Even when like he's out of pee, he's still trying to mark shit. I'm like, dude,
there's nothing left, bro.
Dude, you're fucking pissing air, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I don't give a fuck, bro. So like I can let him out. And like I have a Find My iPhone. I have an AirTag on him, so I can watch him. So like at 11 o'clock when I know that nobody's putting their dogs out, because that's what I'm always worried about, that somebody's got their dog out with an invisible fence and my dude's going to go in and like get in some kind of scrap. So like I'll let him out because he needs to fucking run. My dog has to run. Like, because my dog has just the most like heart-melting stares, like where he looks at me. He'll like literally sit. Like if I'm sitting on the like in the chaise downstairs watching TV and he hasn't been out for his walk, he'll sit there like super proper form. And he's like a beautiful dog. He's a weird mix. He's like Shar-Pei and Siberian. But he'll sit there like this and just stare at me. And then he'll start talking. He'll be like,
dude, if he's Siberian, they're so vocal.
Yo, dude, he's so vocal.
Dude.
Like he has conversations and I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
I know if he's like, my water bowl is empty, fuckhead. I need some fucking agua immediately. Like he has a different like sound that he makes.
Dude.
I want to go for a walk. I know when and he makes me feel so guilty. And I'm like, dude, I can't bring you out. So my point was that like this week when it was so cold, I was saying, all right, you want to go out? I'm going to leave it up to you when your pads get too cold and you want to come back in. So he was going out because usually he's fucking out the door and he's gone. And then I'll watch and he'll be gone for 45 minutes. I see him. He's out by like around the little pond lake thing we have. He's walking around, sniffing, having a great time. Like, so he was out for like 3 minutes and he's back scratching. So, I mean, it's like, I told you, dude.
Dude, it's too cold. Yeah, right? Dude.
Cold.
Yeah.
You made your own decision. There you go.
When I let Gypsy out, we have a fenced-in backyard, so she can go out. But yeah, dude, it's so cold, and the snow bothers her. And I'll look out, and I'm like, trying to get her back in because I know it's too cold, and like you said, it's affecting her pads. And when I get her in, I'm cleaning them out. I'm like, oh my god, like let's get this shit out of here. Like
I know, dude.
It's dude. And I bought her. So she had shoes, but she hates them. Like she.
Oh yeah,
hates them.
They're
like
ridiculous,
dude.
Dogs don't want to wear fucking shoes.
I know, dude. And then like I feel like I just bought another. Dude, I had a pair. I threw them away because I'm like, I threw them away because they got shit on them. Like I was just being honest. Like she stepped. I was like, all right, fuck it. She don't like them anyways. Whatever. But dude, since we just had this ice deal because it's been bad here. I was like, man, I feel terrible. She's like, you can tell it's bothering her.
Yeah,
dude. The first time I got them, they're like $15 on Amazon. I got them. I put them on. Dude, it's not working. Like she's not gonna go. I don't even think she's gonna go and actually poop in them. You know what I mean? Like she can't get in her little position. Like,
so we got Nanook some too, and like when we put him on the first time watching this, and I was filming it the first time that he tried to walk in them, and it was the most hilarious thing you've ever seen. Like It was so foreign to him, and he's like, he looks like a deer. Like my dog kind of looks like I always am like, I feel like maybe like one of like somewhere in his family had sex with a deer because he looks kind of deer-like. Like he's a smaller version of a deer. Like his legs look like deer legs. The fucking guy can leap like you wouldn't believe. And so like I used to say he's like all elbows and knees, man. Like he's got real like lanky arms and legs. So I put him on and it was like the most disjoint. It looked like he was on ketamine.
Yeah. Like kicking that back leg out like.
Yeah, he didn't understand. He's like, well, I can't feel my feet.
Dude, that back leg kick kills me. Like, I'm just oh my God, bro.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, Sarah remembers. He was like prancing. I showed everybody the video. It was fucking hilarious, man. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Dude, yeah. It's like I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I feel worse now. I'm like torturing you with these fucking shoes. So I just try to get her in as quick as possible. I got her snacks. I'm like, no, just let's go. Let's
Yeah. You know, what's your dog's favorite snack? Like human snack?
Oh, weirdly enough, it's tortilla chips.
No shit. So
if we, fucking loves it,
dude. Like
chicken and shit, sure, but yeah, tortilla chips.
Like I always give the dude like deli shit. Like I was like, he loves salami, he loves ham, and you know what he really, really loves? Is he loves American cheese, but the Land O'Lakes white American. That's what we eat.
Whoa,
it's an East Coast thing. So I was like, there's no fucking way this carnivore likes that cheese more than the meat, because Alice and I would have the debate, and it's easy. I'm like, all right, I'm going to put both in my hand and I'm going to let him come pick. So I have both hands out. I got a piece of ham or salami over here, a piece of cheese over here, and then I just put them out. Dude, like always goes for the cheese first. So it's like,
that's crazy, actually.
Crazy, dude. If I need to draw him in, it's with cheese.
Dude.
I didn't, but like I used to argue with Allison. I'm like, there's no fucking way a dog likes cheese more than it likes meat.
I would never think that. Like,
I know.
But cheese is pretty, like, I guess it's just the texture and the flavor, maybe. Like over.
Well, that Land O'Lakes white American is so fucking creamy and delicious. It's like, you know, it really.
I've never had that. Yeah, I usually just get the cheddar cheese, like the real cheddar cheese. I don't even know
This shit doesn't melt right though, dude.
Not the fake plastic one, like the real.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Cabot's, like sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
Cabot's sharp, like where you get like kind of just the brick and you're shaving it off. It's delicious. It's not great. It's not a great melting. Like you're not making a.
You're right.
With that
shit, actually, to your point, randomly we'll make like an Italian sub or something, and I will actually get provolone for those.
Oh,
because it melts better.
The provolone.
And it literally is about the melt.
You got the provolone. Did you get the gabagool?
But so my favorite cheese ever. This is going back to Subway. So the reason Subway fucks me up so bad, I lived there for like 15 years. I managed Subway, so. American cheese at Subway is my favorite cheese.
Was it the white or the yellow?
The white American cheese at Subway.
There you go.
It is the best cheese I've ever had.
So coming from Chicago until I moved to Philly, I never even knew white American was a thing.
Yeah.
Every fucking American cheese that I ever saw in my entire life was orange in Chicago. Like they didn't have white American. So when Ali convinced me to move out to Philly, like when we got out of law school and I moved out there, and she's like, she had never seen orange American cheese. She's like, orange? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, American cheese is supposed to be orange.
That's in mine. Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm like, and I'd go over and I'd pick up the Kraft singles. I'm like, see, fucking Kraft singles. She's like, that's not even cheese, number one. And number two, the first time I had white American on it was a Philly cheesesteak, of course, and I was like, holy shit, this is some creamy and fucking delicious shit. And like I've never gone back. I don't eat dairy anymore because I realized that I'm super lactose intolerant.
Whoa.
Like I become like an intolerant person to be around if I eat dairy.
It just fucked your stomach up, like
dude,
gas, puking, or like
no, not puking, just fucking blasting.
Gotcha.
I'm like, I'll tell people, I'm like, I can eat it, but you're not gonna want to.
You're not gonna want to be around after.
Right, like you're gonna be the one that's paying the price more than me. So, it's probably better if I pass.
Dude, yeah, man. Let me get in here. Oh, actually, I've got to make a will. Hold on. I've got to make a will. We did have Pammy coming through here real quick with one more of these guys right here. $4.99. These two are so funny. Love them. Thank you, Pammy. Appreciate that. Some love. Pammy rules. Always showing some love. Pammy doubling up on the wheel also. So yeah, let me start working on this bad boy just real quick, and we'll give away some shit. Yeah, what do you got going on, Bob? What do you got going on next?
Me?
Yeah. I know you got a new podcast also.
Yeah, man, that thing's fucking crushing, dude. That's like I did that thing, Murder on Songbird Road with Lauren Brightpachenko. She's got like she crushes with her like Murder In series. Like she did the Murder in Miami, Murder in Oregon, Murder in Illinois. She also did Smiley Face Killer or Happy Face Killer.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And like she also does Symptomatic. So she, and like all her shit is always like top 10 like true crime, and usually like in the top 20 all around. So she gets a ton of ears on her shit. So like a year ago, like she had wanted me to look into the Christopher Vaughn case, which is a family annihilator case that was an Illinois case. And I had listened to her Murder in Illinois podcast, and I was listening when I was walking my dog. That's usually when I listen to other pods. And I hit her up. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, you just kind of blew my mind with this shit. And she's like, really? She's like, when I first saw your message, I'm like, oh, it's another fucking person coming at me.
Oh, shit.
She took all kinds of heat for it because she like landed on the fact that like she doesn't believe that Christopher Vaughn did it. Like that case is a crazy case because it's either Kim, the wife, or Christopher did it, and it's a horrible case because it's like this couple driving down to St. Louis to go to a water park. They leave home early morning, pull over on the side of the road, and Kim and their 3 children in the back seat all end up shot and killed. And Chris is shot twice, once through the leg and once through the wrist. And like the cops land on it that he shot himself and that he killed his wife and his 3 kids. And so it was like, and it was a trial that was going on at the same time as Drew Peterson, who's that creep fucking cop, Bolingbrook cop, like which is a suburb of Chicago, who had his wife Stacy Peterson is still missing. They've never located Stacy Peterson. But when she went missing, his wife prior to Stacy had died in a bathtub accident, which initially they had ruled as an accidental death, that she had slipped in the tub and cracked her head. When Stacy went missing, they exhumed Savio's body, Kathleen Savio's body, and then the ME re-examined it, and they came to the conclusion that it was murder, that it was a homicide. So they charged him on that case while Stacy's still missing. And like in that Drew Peterson case, there was like an unbelievable ruling where they were allowing in evidence of Stacy Peterson, the missing wife that he's not been charged with, telling her, both her priest and her divorce attorney, that if something happens to me, if I disappear, it's because Drew killed me. So, which is massive hearsay. And she's not there, but the Illinois Supreme Court allowed it to come in as evidence against him for the death of Kathleen Savio. It was it was like the first case ever where they got a conviction based on hearsay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. So the Vaughn thing was going on at the same time. So at any rate, Lauren and I, became friends. And then she's like, oh, like we're talking about the Vaughn for like 2 months. And then independent of that, the family of Julia Beverly had been like messaging me. They were like, we love your podcast. We love how deep you dive. We really want you to look at this case for us. And I'm like going back and forth. I'm like, well, send me the shit. I'll try to look at it. And in the meantime, I'm trying to finish fucking Garcia. And I'm like, I'm starting the YouTube channel. And I'm like, I'm spread razor thin, right? Like, and I'm like, oh my God. But like, so I'm hesitant to dive into it until I finish Garcia. And then it turns out, so I'm messaging the mom and she's like, oh yeah, I'm talking to Lauren. And this is like 2 months, 3 months after I'd been talking to Lauren about Vaughn. I had gone and visited Christopher Vaughn down in prison. And she's like, I'm like, Lauren who? She's like, Lauren Pacheco. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you're talking to Lauren Bright Pacheco? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I text like Lauren. I'm like, have you been talking to like Renee Hightower about the Julia Beverly case? She's like, yeah, for months. I'm like, me too. She's like, yeah, they've been begging me to cover it. I'm like, me too. So like that kind of like out of that, like our relationship was born, and we're like, let's do this thing together. And it's been awesome. Like she's really, cause she's like, Lauren's like an investigative reporter, you know? So she's really got that. She's got her chops on that. And she's done like really, really amazing work. Like two of the cases she's covered, the guys have been exonerated. So she does like fucking really.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And she's legit work. And we're very like-minded. And like, we go into these things like I kind of thought that the girl did it. Like, cause the bad facts are bad facts. And I'm like, there's some bad facts. She fucking lied about shit. And it's like, they're hard lies to get over. I mean, there's no physical evidence, but like, why lie? And anybody that's in that position, and I used to say it about the Murdoch shit. I'm like, if Murdoch's going to get on the fucking stand and he's not, and he's going to try to explain about why he lied about being down at the kennels or not being down at the kennels, and he doesn't tell the truth about that, which would have been like, so in a world where he's not the shooter, where he's just the guy who hired the shooters, which makes him just as guilty as doing it himself. So like,
I've honestly always still had questions about that stuff.
So like, I mean, like I think he's exactly where he needs to be, and I think he's responsible for their deaths. I just happen to think that he fucking hired two fucking like bonehead, meth head motherfuckers.
I have to admit, I'm more on that side than the other.
Right, because I mean, like to me, that's what makes sense. And then he hangs out at the house while they do the fucking deed.
I know that makes sense to me.
He can't fucking do it, and you know, he's like, I'm gonna get rid of the weapons. He's like, we're gonna use our fucking weapons. I'm not letting some shit get traced back to you fucking idiots. Like, and that's when he goes to his mother and he gets rid of the weapons. Like these two weapons that are got so. Whatever.
I'm on the same thought pattern there with Murdoch.
Like, I'm like, he's still.
I know, because they want him to be the guy so bad, but he's still the guy. Exactly. He's still the guy. He hired fuckfaces, exactly. But they want him to be the guy so bad they don't even want, Like, I was like, but I think it makes more sense that he hired these guys.
It really does. Like, I'm like, if you think it out, and like, because that guy, like, as big of a piece of shit that he is, like, for everything. You know, the one thing that he really did do is love his family. So it's like, in terms of like why, you know, because it's always
a greedy piece of shit. Like, you can take away the human qualities from him real quick.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I came away with the same impression that he did love his family, dude, and he did what. But at the end of the day, I come with the same conclusion that I think he hired motherfuckers to come on that property and killed him. Killed his son and wife.
I still think that.
Yeah, dude. You know, that trial was pretty wild, actually.
Yeah,
that one's what got Jay into this.
That's where Jay and I met.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember. I think that was still. That was going on actually after I'd already started Kohberger. I did a couple of. I didn't go hard into it, but I did a couple of night streams, just kind of covering it in real time as it was happening. But yeah, dude. I'm trying
to think back. Like, I remember
because it's been forever.
Yeah,
like March 22.
I remember the first 23? Time I came onto your show. I was like traveling somewhere. Like I was like, because I remember the very first time I came on. And I can't even remember what we were talking about. Like, we were talking about...
very first episode was an Idaho one.
Yeah. All right. So I think I was like, I don't know if I was out of town for like a podcast festival. I just remember being in the hotel room and like hooking up and like doing the show with you the first time. Like I wasn't at my house, and I just can't remember where I was. It's been that long, you know?
Dude, I think that was April or May of 23. now. So like a year, even more than a year and a half ago. We're coming up on 2 years now.
2 years, yeah.
It's just freaking crazy, dude.
I know,
but dude, what you've done in those 2 years has been incredible, man. I remember saying even then, you know, once Bob gets out here and really starts doing his thing, because you had a YouTube channel, but like you had some of the Gacy stuff up there, but you hadn't really fully immersed yourself in the lives yet and going full on. And then you went to that one convention and you really did that walk around. And dude, after that, you never stopped going live. Like you have been rolling ever since. And dude, yeah, to be what, 37K now?
Yeah, man.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Thanks, man. It's hard. It's
that's
so
incredible.
Because, you know, it's like
never stop working.
You can't stop working. Because if they don't put you in the algorithm, like you're just not dropping into people's feeds. Dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because Allison will like search shit that we cover, like even with as much Delphi coverage as we have. And it's like, it's probably my SEO that is not like, I should probably hire somebody. Like if we type in Delphi, we should be like first or second, because no one has more Delphi coverage.
Your name's so attached to that, yeah.
But like we're way down on the list. If you Google it, like we're way down on the list in terms of like YouTube, like, you know how it'll show YouTube channels that have like that kind of coverage. We're still down on the list, so it's weird to us. We're like, and it's got to be like SEO shit, you know, like. But yeah. I don't even think it's SEO shit anymore. It's like,
do you do the thing? The only, which I mean, dude, I don't think it would affect you this much because like you're killing it. But like I'm going to show you this in real time. Hold on, I'm just going to show you this. So like when you're making a video, I'm going to go into my studio here. I don't want to show anything crazy, but I do want to show this. So when you're making a video and you have a live stream up and you go into your, I'm just going to go into this one. I did Natalie Cochran last night. And if you scroll down, you know, you have your description, all that playlist bullshit, and you go all the way down here. Make sure I show it. Nothing crazy. But so down here where it says tags, do you put these in?
Can you make it bigger?
Do you put these tags in or any kind of tags under tags?
Oh, no.
So underneath here, like, you know,
where do you find that?
So this is in your like normal, say like you're just clicking on your videos. So this is us live right now, right? So yeah. I'm going in here and this is me last night, my stream last night. And here's my title, here's my description, you know, here's my little hashtags. But if you keep on scrolling down, you go show me more. There's these tags down here.
Oh
now, I truly think these are important, man. I use these in my wrestling videos. Like when I first started learning all this bullshit, this is one of the main things, one of the best practices. Like you want to, the first thing I do, I put my title, very first thing, and then I just start plugging in every keyword that could possibly be searched on Google.
So like, those are, oh my God. So you fill those in.
Yeah, dude. And you can have 500 characters. And I would say go all the way to 500 or, you know, I'll put 415 on this one, but like on my wrestling ones, I get as many as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow. Yeah, I've never used that one time.
So, and dude,
start doing that.
So, or if you're on, I think you do. Do you pay for Twitter?
Yeah.
Do you have the thing? So if you have Grok,
or
whatever they call it, if you go in here, say you're covering whatever the fuck, I will say Natalie Cochran, just for example, like I'll be like, give me every popular, engaging keyword about Natalie Cochran, and it'll just start populating words and phrases, and I'll start plugging them in.
Wow.
Like, so yeah, that's a good tip too.
That's a great tip, dude.
Yeah, dude. And you know, true crime for me is a little bit different, but for you, I think it would really help, especially with the Delphi stuff. You're just getting more keywords in there.
It definitely would. And my Kohberger coverage is pretty fucking good too.
It did do good. It had like 5K. Yeah. Last time I looked, I'm sure it's still going. Like,
yeah, it's like, but like, it's all about like how they get it out in the algo, though. You know what I mean? It's like it's gotta pop up somewhere,
dude.
You know what I mean? Because even if I'm in like YouTube search engine and I put in Kohberger, like we're way down. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, man.
That is weird. Weird. I will say that I think that I don't know this, and Dan has kind of fought me on it, but I think where I go so hard on this channel with my language, with the stuff that, because like if you look at a lot of these people, they don't say murder. They really like they block a lot of these words.
Yeah,
and it doesn't demonetize you, but I really do think that you get kind of like blacklisted or like whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and I'm not saying me particularly because I'm kind of in my own, like in a weird little lane here, but someone like you that's like in the fucking, mix of this. Yeah. Like, I don't think that's you because I don't think the murder thing's happening to you, but I think that's what's kind of happening to me. And it's kind of suppressed some of my views.
Try not to use murder as much. Like I'll try to use homicide more than murder.
That's actually way better. Yeah.
It's like, and I definitely never try to use the word rape. And I frankly, like I'll either call it like the R word or because like rape is like, I've been told is like a real
brutal.
Easy way to have
and I do use that. I actually don't back away from that, and I think it does affect me. I really do.
I think so too, because it's like bots. You know what I mean? It's like because I always win. Like when they'll send me some shit like, it's not a strike, but you can't monetize this stream, and I'll always appeal it. I'm like, nah. It's like my shit's pretty clean. It's like I don't even swear all that much.
And you always win, right?
I always win, yeah.
See, I actually have that too. Like, I almost always get demonetized and I always win, which is crazy to me. But like, I still feel like there's somebody that's like, I don't know, because it's weird. You'd almost feel like they would fully demonetize you if they didn't like it, right?
Right.
Because I'm not demonetized, but
right.
But I do. But at the same time, I'm not. I have to. In my head, I try to like balance it out because I'm not an expert, right? I'm not like in the mix like you truly are, like. But yeah, man, these fucking keywords and like that Google stuff, that SEO stuff, that's very real, man. So yeah, I would start adding that stuff in there, like the tags. Now, do you do the hashtags like at the bottom of your description?
Yeah, I'll do those.
Okay. Yeah, you're good there then. But yeah, man,
I'm gonna start using the AI for like what you just taught me.
That's incredible, dude. Yeah.
I'm always kind of at a loss. Like I'll use the ones that I've heard, not realizing that I should probably use AI to give me like all of the keywords.
Yeah, because Grok's good because it's going to search Twitter. It's going to search X, and whatever's popping, it's going to give you those. So,
yeah, I mean, like Elon put that fucking tweet out like a month ago saying quit using hashtags.
I actually have quit using hashtags because of that.
So did I. Like, I'm like, all right, well, the dude owns a company.
I know, dude. That's what I thought.
Like, I mean, if he's saying it's...
I will say this. So I've started doing... I think it comes down to like the video that you're putting in. So like I've started doing like real stories. Like I'll see a story. So I try to catch a story that doesn't have a lot of views yet. Right. And then what I do is I take that video, I put it up as my own video, but then I write the story, right? I find the news article, I find what it's about, but then I make sure it's my language.
Right.
And then I post that up, dude. And I don't use hashtags, but say it's a fire in New York, whatever. But those words are what people's going to be talking about, right?
Right.
I think I honestly think he's on, when it's Elon Musk and it's the guy that owns it, but I think that he's telling the truth because some of those videos of me have done like, think again, I have 2,000, I'm almost at 3,000 followers. That's very small. And I'll get like 5,000 views on one of these.
Yeah.
That's not bad, dude.
That's not bad, dude. That's like, you're getting traction.
And I think that hashtag thing is real. I saw that too, and I stopped using that shit too. And then the thing, have you been doing the thing where like you plug your show, you put your your picture or whatever, but then you put your link in the underneath, like you put that in the comment.
Oh no, I haven't.
So yeah, I just did that. Like I just did it actually. Look at this. So I plugged the show tonight. Tonight's going to be wild. I've already made the post about this, right? I made this when I plugged this earlier. It's underneath. So like for some reason, if you plug another. So we're on X. X doesn't want people to leave to YouTube. So if you put that YouTube link into your actual post, it's going to suppress it because they don't want people to actually go to YouTube. So if you put it in your comment, right? So like,
interesting.
But even the way I plugged this earlier, I was like, come check this out. Here's the link. And it's a whole other tweet.
That mistake. Like I've been putting the link to the shows all the time. Now I'm going to start doing
I did the same.
Thank you for all
I've been doing it. Dude, and I've been like, all I try to do is I try to figure out like what the fuck is working and what's not, dude. Yeah, man. That's literally actually all I do. With wrestling, dude, like my wrestling side, I'm always just like, how the fuck can I make this shit go? Like,
right. I mean, but that's the key, right? It's like getting it to the people is like
exactly, yeah. Because there's 1,000 people making content today. It's hard, man, but
dude,
there's no doubt you're going to be
a hell of a lot more than 1,000.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, dude, ungodly amounts. Actually, I can't even fathom.
Crowded out there. It's like
it's so crowded.
It's so crowded.
Hold on, let's spin a wheel real quick. Let me go over here real quick. Hold on, Bob. I got to take my green screen off here. All right, everybody. Good luck. Thanks everyone for coming through tonight. We're going to give away a t-shirt right now. I know you can't read this, but I can. There's nothing suspicious going on. Okay, here we go. Good luck, everyone. That's a good spin. That's a very good spin. Holy shit. Whoa. Who is it? That's Pammy. That is Pammy. That's Pammy all day. She's actually right next to each other. She's got a yellow and an orange, so she was going to win that regardless. Pammy, get the hell in here. Let me get my green screen back. Thank you so much.
Deserves to win.
Pammy rules, dude. She goes very hard. She's so supportive, man.
She's amazing, man.
She's actually collecting Publicly Buzz merch right now. She's
she's amazing, dude.
She's been cool.
She is so supportive and so amazing.
And dude, I'm about to actually mail you a shirt. You picked the buzzed crew shirt, the one with the skeletons hanging out.
That's right. I've been waiting impatiently, by the way.
So yeah, that's going to be coming this week, actually.
I am like the worst at mailing shit on the history of that.
Like, I heard you earlier.
I was like, dude,
you owe somebody a shirt from a year ago.
Oh my god, dude, I'm so bad. It's like I never go to the post office,
dude.
And I'm like, and I don't have stamps where I'm gonna put like a stamp on an envelope and put it out and put my little flag up. Like, here, mailman, take my shit. I'm never doing that. You know,
no, dude,
not my shit.
Well, I'm lucky enough to when I go to work, the road I go to work on has a post office, so I just kind of go up in there.
Yeah, my post office isn't that far. Like,
okay, you're still just like, fuck it, you know.
I'm like, fucking, like, it never enters like the sphere of consciousness. Like, I need to go do it. It's like, or I'll remember, and I'm like, oh god, and then I start feeling guilty. And I've had so many people like offer, they're like, we'll send your merch out, and I'm like, I just need to take them up on it. Like, I've had multiple people be like, hey, like, just send them all my stickers and shit, because I'd love to give away stickers all the time. I've got like a million fucking stickers.
Dude, that's a good now.
I will magnets and pins and
dude, right there, dude. You see, so earlier you gave away a shirt. I give away shirts as well, but dude, I do a lot of stickers. Like, stickers fucking
stickers are great. They're great.
Yeah, dude. Like, I do the same, man.
I love stickers.
Yeah, man. And I just ordered some magnets. I got some magnets coming with the classic pink logo.
Yeah, I got the magnets too, dude. They're great. They're fucking like they're pretty heavy duty too. I mean, they're thick.
Yeah, dude.
They're good.
That's a nice magnet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid magnet.
So and randomly be like, today it's going to be for this for a magnet or a couple of magnets or a sticker and a magnet, right? Like,
yeah, Spitfire saying send Cameron. Sure, I should. Steve, I'm about to put you with Cameron to give her tutelage on making vids.
Yeah, dude.
I am, because like she's in our shit. And like I had Mandy, like Mandy was gonna start training her on shit, and Mandy was kind of like, she's like, or Cameron, because I was like, because like I know you're gonna be helping out, like trying to help some of the crew over here, like learn how to make good videos and shit. So like, and I've really like Cameron's been making all of our shorts. Like,
okay,
she's doing like a really good job, and and it's like interesting because she's like 18. Going on 19, and she's so she's in that like younger like demo, so like she's way more in tune of like, so she takes it like real personally, like if her shit's not getting views, because like she'll watch like way more, like she'll just scroll way more to kind of see what's like what hits and what doesn't, in terms of how it looks, than I ever would. And it was like I was paying some company to do it, and I'm like, I'd rather just pay my daughter. Plus, it's giving her like a marketable skill, and and I know she's going to be good at it. So, but like she's just now starting to fuck around with like long form videos. Like she did one for us, which was great, but it didn't have an ending. like we watched it. She's like, have you watched it all the way through yet? I'm like, no, this is going to be like, we're going to watch it on a live. She's like, really? She's like, you're not going to screen it first? I'm like, nah, fuck no. I'm sure it's awesome. So we're like doing the live.
It's a lot of pressure.
It was amazing. And then all of a sudden the thing just ended. It was like, fade to black. Like, I'm like, you didn't put, like, there's no ending. She's like, I thought it wasn't going to end like that. I'm like, well, yeah, we got to have endings.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'll talk to her.
Yeah. Cameron, she's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, I've been doing this since 2020 and like, I still learn every day. I still trying to figure stuff. And like, I mean, again, we've just talking, on the side there, like, I love this publicly buzzed thing, and I think we've built like a really cool thing. If you're in this right now, I think you kind of get what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I'm a little bit different, but the wrestling side of it, dude, like I'm trying to do all the best practices. Like I'm trying to make sure everything, dude, when I make a video, dude, it literally takes 3 weeks. Like, yeah, I'm putting every sound effect in it. I'm putting every, I've watched so many videos now and like other, you've probably watched those too. Have you seen the videos on YouTube where there's like people trying to show you what you should be doing?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I've absorbed those for 4 years now. And I've now figured, knock on fucking wood, but I think that I've figured out, because not every video that I do goes, but I have figured out a little bit of a template.
Yes.
Of how to make them go.
Kind of the secret sauce.
A little bit, dude. Like I'm not even fully there is what's crazy. It's like an endless little like mixing things.
Yeah.
But like I really think I'm and I hate to even say it, I don't want to jinx it, but like I feel like it's kind of working. You know what I mean? Like I've figured out some kind of like template. Yeah, dude.
I mean, dude, if you're getting 50K on vids, man, you're figuring some shit out.
Dude. And my biggest one's like 82K.
That's huge.
It's crazy.
That's huge. I mean, the biggest I ever had was like one of those man on the street. Like people like my man on the street shit.
Dude, the man on the street shit's actually fucking dope, dude. I like it. When you were doing fucking Delphi and you're just walking around the courturhouse.
Yeah.
That was crazy because you didn't know what the fuck you might get also.
Right. I get punched in the face.
Dude, that one bitch was crazy.
Yeah. It was like, I was there for it, you never know. Like it was, it was, and it was fun. I like doing it and I like engaging with people. So it's like, I want to do more man on the street shit. I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate it like true crime wise, like on a kind of like a more consistent basis. Like that was low hanging fruit. Like,
because you're there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody was gathering outside the courthouse, with that whole line situation. It was like, that was a no brainer.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So, but like in kind of like in real life, in regular life where you don't have a line situation, trying to figure out some cool man on the street shit is like a goal of mine.
No, that was really, and that was how you got, I mean, you'd already had the Gacy stuff up, but that's kind of how you really got started because you were, I fucking can't even remember the name of the Crime Con.
Yeah.
When you first did that Crime Con walk around, just interviewing, dude, that was fucking cool, man. Like we got to know so many random folks. Yeah. Because, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was cool.
That was really cool, man.
And the camera work was terrible on that.
It was garbage, dude. Yeah, it was like, but it was still cool because it was like, holy shit, we're there with you, right? Like,
right. Yeah, it was very much like you were my head moving around, like, what's going on? But like Allison got me like a robot arm that Cameron really uses pretty well. I don't know where it is, but it like follows.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Yeah. Fucking a gimbal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it like no matter what you do, it stays straight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Those are cool.
I
got a GoPro, cool. Man. I went ahead and because like I have tons of members here, and I'm always like, man, I want to do more stuff. So randomly, which it's been winter and everything's been fucked, but I like to go out and I like to. Me and Dan did like a beer fest in town. I went to like this abandoned old fucking like building that used to be like a coal miner, like where they would go and get their shit in West Virginia, like things like that. So I've taken my GoPro and kind of made those members only content.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm trying to do that, man. And once I'm able to, like, I'm literally frozen in my house right now. Like once I'm able to go out and not die, I'm going to be going back at it.
It's like, it's seriously cold. Like this cold, like, my producer, Darren, who lives down in New Orleans, man, he sent me, I posted it on Twitter the other day. He's like, he sends me the first pic and it was like, there was snow cover. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, it fucking snowing in NOLA. He's like, yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's like the city's paralyzed. And then like 3 hours later, he's like, yeah. He's like, we get like 2 feet. I'm like, all right, number one, dude, that's not 2 feet, but it looks like you got like 6 inches, bro.
Yeah, like that's legit for them, right?
You're fucking 2 feet. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
do we get feet? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like 2 feet, you're like tunneling through. You can literally tunnel out of your house.
Did you see the there was all kinds of crazy stats, but there was one town or city or someplace in Florida that broke a crazy record. So like they got 14 inches this week, and the previous record was 3 inches from 1895.
Wow.
Bro, that one blew my mind.
That's fucking crazy.
Like that one was crazy, dude.
That is fucking crazy. I had a friend when I was like 7th, 8th grade. He was a Greek kid, and his parents were like first generation off the boat from Greece. They had like stereotypical, they owned a Greasy Spoon restaurant down in the city, a breakfast spot. And like I used to spend the night over at this kid's house like every weekend, and we'd play like fucking video game nerds like for like the entire weekend. We just hole up and fucking play it, and his mom would always cook huge meals and shit.
That rules, dude.
And his father spoke like very broken English, and he was, like straight up Greek dude. And he kept telling, like, he told me this story like 5 or 6 times about this like 100-foot snow they had in Greece. And there was like, and this is way before Google. I'm like, are you saying 100 feet? He's like 100 feet. And I'm like 100. He's like 100 feet. No. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, it can't be, right?
Right. I'm like, dude, that was back in the old days, like where they, you used to have to call like sports phone to get scores and shit. Like, cause I was like a baseball fan, and I'd want to see if like the Sox were winning. So I'd call like the 976.
Yeah.
Phone. So like my dad would get the phone bill. He's like, what the fuck is this? Like his sports phone. He's like, what? Cause it was just different times, man. You didn't have the internet.
Dude, absolutely.
There was no access to information like real time back then. So like I had no way to vet this dude's story, but I've always remembered it. And like one of the first things I Googled when Google,
I'm literally doing it right now, dude. I just went over to be like, let's check this out.
Snow in Greece, and I was like, and it was like no, there was never. I'm like, that motherfucker, and he told that story so many times, man. I was like, it's gotta be true. It's gotta be true. Yeah.
No, according to record weather, there has never been a snowfall of 100 feet in any location on Earth.
Anywhere, ever. Including like Antarctica.
20. We're at 20, and that's the worst.
And that's so like that dude, like the
100 feet, like that's doomsday. Like that's it.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
That's fucking Greece don't exist anymore. Like
that's like the new ice age. That's like every house is like 75 feet under snow. It's fucking insane,
dude.
I lived out in Montana for like on Malmstrom Air Force Base when I was like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and you get some pretty heavy snow out there, and you'd get like the snow drifts. So like you'd go out after a snow, and it would be like you'd have a drift that would go up because of the wind, that would go up all the way to the side of the house that would reach the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
get like 8, 10, 12, 14-foot snow drifts.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like the snow was only like 8 inches to a foot.
I do remember that. Saying? Actually, we had a dog, dude, that escaped our fenced-in yard because he just, went up a fucking snowdrift and got the hell out of there. Real quick, Kraken coming through with a $1.99. Bob, email me with CC Steve for CEO and YouTube algorithm help.
Oh, okay.
Kraken, hell yeah.
Kraken's amazing.
Appreciate that, Kraken.
Kraken's always sending me some like tasty tips.
Dude, super fucking cool, man. And also got you on the wheel here. So okay, here's what I'm gonna do right now, Bob. It's 10:32. It's 9:30 your time. Do you want to go over to Kick and watch an episode of Cops?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say we can end it here, but if you want to go over and watch an episode, let's do it.
Let's go fuck with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to head over to kick.com. Let me get you the website, the link up here in the chat. Again, this is something that we cannot do here on the YouTubes. Kick.com/publiclybuzz. There it is. If you're on PC, if you're on a computer, click that. You're ready to go. Bada bing, bada boom. If you don't have an account, make one. That's all you got to do. You're in there. But if you are on a phone, iPhone, Android, go to the App Store, download Kick, search Publicly Buzz, and again, we will pop right up. This will continue. We will be off YouTube. Come on over, hit the follow, and yeah, thank you all so much. This has been an amazing YouTube stream, a classic Feral Friday. I haven't done one like this in a while, but yeah, please come over to Kick. Let's keep partying.
Yeah, come hang. We love y'all. Thanks for hanging.